Hello everyone, this is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I bring you a video tonight titled, Sexually Attractive Men Do Not Lie to Women. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to my book, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to help me to get pushed up the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And it's really as simple as that. But let's get right to it. Sexually attractive men do not lie to women. If you're a sexually attractive man, a man who has accepted himself and accepted the level of work that he has to do to get the outcomes that he wants, a man who has an impeccable presentation, an impeccable representation of who he is because he's accepted himself. I mean, his appearance is a reflection of the acceptance and the love that he has for himself. A man that's clicking on all cylinders. A man that has accepted his gifts, talents, and abilities in his unique way and perspective of him seeing the world. That's the sexually attractive man. That man is not afraid to lose anything. He's not afraid to present himself in totality and accept everything that comes back in return. That's the sexually attractive man. And that is the only man who doesn't lie to women. The minute that you feel the need to lie to women, it's because you first told a lie to yourself. And the lie that you told to yourself is that you are not enough to get what you want. And that's where the lies and the manipulation come into the equation quickly. When you meet a woman and you think she's beyond your grasp, and your first instinct is not to say, I'm enough, let her choose. Your first instinct is to say, I'm not enough, and let me sell her some lies and manipulation so that she can choose. Very stark contrast, very big difference. But the purpose of me making this video is I want you to understand that you are enough, and that if you're not afraid to present yourself to the world, then you're not going to experience everything that is aligned with what you want. And when men feel the need to lie to women, it's a multitude of things happening, and I want to focus on those things. The first thing that's happening when you lie to women, you're automatically telling the woman that you're not enough. And the lie is a representation of manipulation, and anything that you gain through manipulation is going to be short-lived and it's going to be chaotic. Because manipulation is trying to acquire something that you have not qualified for. So when you lie to women, you're telling them that you're not qualified for them to come into your presence in the right manner. When you lie to a woman and you manipulate a woman, you're removing her choice, her ability to choose you. When you present your whole self and state your intentions, you're giving her the ability to choose you in totality. And that creates a balanced life. If you lie to women, you're going to be in a perpetual state of frustration. You're frustrated because you're lying to yourself about what you really want and what you need to do to acquire that. So the men who lie to women, their fulfillment is never there because you don't have fulfillment within yourself. If you're not afraid to lose a woman, then you'll tell her the truth. And the only way that you're afraid to lose a woman is because you've already lost yourself. You've lost yourself because you haven't accepted the truth of what you want. And when you accept the truth of what you want, you talk to women in straight lines and let them choose. So as a man, you're either in fulfillment or you're in frustration. And I had this conversation yesterday in my dating community, in the school community. The link to join will be in the description. But there was a gentleman, and we had a great conversation within the coaching in the community, the live Zoom call that I do every week. And he was wrestling with some things in terms of what he wanted versus what he had, because he lied to get what he had, but that didn't negate what he really wanted. So he was in a trick bag. He was in a suspended state of frustration versus fulfillment. And when I broke it down to him about frustration versus fulfillment, he was thankful because he got a breakthrough. He never heard it framed that way before. And that's what happens when you lie to women. You've lied to yourself. And if you lie to women, once again, you're in a perpetual state of frustration because you're frustrated with yourself because you're afraid to present yourself to the world and accept everything that comes back to you in return. That's frustration. But fulfillment is saying, I'm going to present myself to the world. I'm not going to consider any outside voice or anticipate a woman's reaction. No, I'm just going to present myself. I'm going to tell that woman exactly what I want. She can tell me what she wants, but I'll tell her the truth about what I want and let her choose. Straightforward speech, not lying to women, that's a cornerstone of masculinity. A masculine man has not lied to himself. He's accepted himself. He understands that he is enough for everything that is a match for him. When you lie to women, you're trying to get things that are not a match for you. And when you get things that are not a match for you in your space, you're constantly in a state of frustration because your world is not balanced. Masculinity means your world is always in balance. And your world is always in balance because you're not afraid to lose anything. You're more afraid of losing yourself than losing anything that could potentially enter your space. And so that's why you talk to women in straight lines, and that's why you tell them the truth, because they have no more value than you. And if you think a woman or anything she has to offer you is more valuable than what you have to offer to her, you're already imbalanced. You don't understand the offering and the gift that you are to women. And you're not a gift to every woman. You're a gift to the women who are in recognition of who you are because you exposed yourself, your whole self, in truth. You can't get fulfilling experiences in life until you expose your whole self, until you're not afraid to tell every woman what you want from her and why you're there. A woman can ask you or tell you that she's only going to do certain things with you if you're in a relationship. And then you'll tell her the truth and say, you know what? I don't move that way. Maybe we'll get there. See, the man who is not at one with himself, he'll lie to the woman in the moment. And one thing I want to focus on is how men lie in order to get that poothie. Nothing good comes from that. Your world is always going to be frustrated and imbalanced. Men lie to get that poothie because they're afraid to introduce their rules of engagement. The woman introduces her rules of engagement. She says, I'm not going to do this until you give me this. And the masculine, sexually attractive man introduces his rules of engagement, which is in accordance with the truth of what you want and what you're going to do to get it. Those are rules of engagement. And a masculine man sets the tone. So it doesn't matter what the woman says, it matters what you declare. And every word out of your mouth, when you're not lying to women and you're a masculine, sexually attractive man, it's a declaration that you're not moving away from and you're not hiding behind. Your life is not going to be fulfilled until you speak in declarations. Declarations are the extension of you not being afraid to tell the world and tell women what you really want because you've accepted yourself and you know yourself. Those are declarations that matter. Those are declarations that lead to fulfilling experiences. And that's why men find themselves out of balance. And what I'm seeing on a regular basis with the men that I coach or men that I encounter is they're frustrated with the women that are in their space. These women are there consistently. These women may even give these men a good experience, but these women are not a representation of what they want. These women are a representation of consistent sex. And that's the line between the average man and the sexually attractive masculine man, is what you're willing to do to acquire sex and acquire consistent sex. And I see a lot of men, they're frustrated. They're frustrated because they have a collection of women in their space that they're not fully attracted to and they don't fully desire, but they're afraid to let these women go because they've told these women lies. And the lies that they told to the women keep the women there under false pretenses. Lies create false pretenses. And so these men have these women, they have the consistent sex, but they're frustrated because they want that situation with another woman that's a representation of the women who are in this space. So they have the women, but they don't have the women that are a representation of what they really want, and that's frustrating. And so they come to me and they say, how can I get the more beautiful women that I want? I have these women in my space, and they told me that they wanted relationships, and I gave them relationships or gave them boyfriend type of experiences, but I want more. And I tell them, you have to let those women go. You have to let those women go, because you can't find the woman who's a full representation of what you want until you let the women in your life go who are not a full representation of what you want. That's masculinity. And so to get what you want, you have to operate in full masculinity. The cornerstone of masculinity is fearlessness. If you're fearless, then you're not afraid to let anything go that's not in accordance with what you want and who you are. And so I tell these men, you're going to have to exercise a healthy rebrand. The rebrand is you not looking at the world around you, not looking at the women who are available to you under false pretenses. The rebrand is a full acceptance of yourself. When you fully accept yourself, you're not afraid to give yourself in totality and be naked out here. Tell the world who you are and what you want. That's the masculine man. That's the only way that you're going to have fulfillment versus frustration. Your world will be completely balanced when you're not afraid to tell the world exactly what you want. When you've accepted yourself and you refuse to engage in situations that may be consistent, but they're frustrating. We only have one life to live. We don't know how long we're going to be here. You would much rather have fulfilling experiences versus frustrating experiences. Frustrating experiences always equate to something is missing. You acquire those things through lies and manipulation, but something's missing. That's the fulfillment. The fulfillment is on the other side of the lies and the manipulation. And the only way to have a balanced life and fulfilling life is to look at every important aspect of your life and tell that particular aspect exactly what you want. You can't lie, you can't connive, you can't hide, you can't manipulate to the things that are important to you in life. Because if you do that, you're going to take a false version of yourself and you're going to get a fragmented, unfulfilling return from everything that you lied and manipulated to. So the choice is yours, frustration or fulfillment. It's really that simple. And when you're willing to go through life and be yourself, when you're willing to move in that manner, now every important aspect of your life is balanced because everything is there because they want to be there. Why do they want to be there? You gave them the choice to choose you because you presented your whole self. You were naked. Lies are you hiding from yourself. So before you lie to any woman, you've already lied to yourself. And that's the quickest way to have an unfulfilling, chaotic, and imbalanced life is to lie to yourself. You have to accept yourself. And you have to be unafraid of everything that's going to come back. Because when you give your whole self to the world, you give your whole self to women in terms of what you want, then nothing is going to come back except balanced experiences. Because every woman that wants to be there, she wants to be there because she's there under true pretenses and not false pretenses. She's in there because you created an atmosphere of truth. The atmosphere of truth begins within by you not lying to yourself. So you present yourself and you tell women exactly what you want. Forget what she says. You tell her what you want. And you give her the ability to choose. And if she desires you enough, she will enter your space, even if it's under a pretense that is opposite of what she sold to you. Because women have many sides. When she introduced a pretense to you, she just introduced one side of herself to you. And the other sides of her might be a side that you want. So she gave you pretenses, she gave you a side of her, and then you give her your full self. And at that point, she may even decide that this side that I sold to this man, I'm going to have a better experience if I give him the other side that is in accordance with what he wants. Because you gave her the ability to choose. These pretenses are real. And so when you're honest with yourself, everything that enters your space is a match. That same woman who you got by selling her a false pretense is the same woman that you can get by selling her the truth of who you are and what you want. It's really that simple. And when she comes into your space willingly, because you gave her the opportunity to choose you truthfully, now you both have a fulfilled experience. And there's no frustration. The women are frustrated when you sold them a side of yourself that you didn't want to engage with her with. You unwillingly entered her space to get some consistent sex. And over time, she sees that she was sold a lie. What you told her, the version of yourself that you sold her, is not in accordance with how you're moving, because you can only move in accordance with what you want. You can't escape your truth. So why not tell her the truth? And then when you tell her the truth, now she's there willingly and she's fulfilled. But she's unfulfilled because she understands that over time that you sold her a lie. You're not moving in accordance with what you told her that you were willing to do to get her. You're conflicted, and now she's conflicted. She's frustrated, and you're frustrated because you're not getting her in a manner that represents the truth of who you are. And she stepped into your space under false pretenses, meaning she's not getting what she wants either. That's how I love to tell women the truth. I love to tell women the truth. When they say they're dating with intention and they're trying to sell me a side of themselves. And I know all sides of women. As a sexually attractive man, you've experienced all sides of women. And you've concluded that the best side of the woman is the woman that gives herself to you with no inhibitions and no reservations, because she's that attracted to you, internally and externally. She's attracted to you physically, and she's more attracted to the energy that exudes from you, because you're true to your goddamn self. That's masculinity. That's when she can park herself in your space safely. Because the truth creates a safe space for the woman to enter your space and park herself safely. That's a fulfilling experience right there. But when you do it the opposite way, now she's frustrated because she realized that you sold her a lie. And so women talk that dating with intention stuff, and I tell them straight up, you can have all the intention you want, but you negate the reality that your heart has to connect with that man and his heart has to connect with you. So I disassemble their lies and their manipulation, because dating with intention, they're trying to force you somewhere. And I tell them straight up, I can't be forced anywhere. We have to connect. But in the meantime, this is what I'm looking for. And they're not used to hearing that, because every woman who has coaching and things like that with me, all of them who are on that dating with intention, they have the same exact experiences. They're trying to manipulate the man through telling the man that they're only going to do certain things under the pretense of a relationship. And they know that they're doing other things with other men that they're not in relationships with. So they're starting the manipulation. And then the guy's just like, okay, well, I'll just give her what she wants. Knowing that he doesn't want to be in a relationship, but that consistent sex is on the table. And so he gives her the lie, she gave him the lie, and then it explodes. It's frustrating for them both, as opposed to the man being a leader and just putting the truth of what he wants out there and let the woman choose. And as a sexy, attractive man, you can be yourself, and enough women are just going to choose you based on the truth of yourself that you presented to her, because you're at one with yourself. So I just wanted to just encourage you to don't hide behind lies in order to trap and manipulate women. Don't do that, because there's nothing but frustration on the other side of that. You'll never have a space that's available for the woman that you really want if you're lying to women who are a representation of pieces of what you want. That's what men get frustrated because they're having experiences with these women, but they would rather have these experiences with a woman that's a full representation of what he wants. Then he's frustrated that he's calling me. As opposed to being truthful and trusting that I may go through a drought, but I'm going to be truthful and I'm going to let everything enter my space that is aligned with my truth. That's called compatibility. And it's not far away if you're telling the truth. The universe rewards you when you present your whole self to the world. So you're having fragmented, frustrating experiences because you're giving fragmented, frustrating versions of yourself, not just to women, but to the world. You have to be true to yourself in terms of what you want, and you have to go after those things. You have to set your precepts and your prerequisites that are entrenched in your truth and put those out to the world and let everything that is balanced and that is for you come back. That's when your world is balanced. And that's when you're not frustrated. That's when you're fulfilled. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Just bring you a message, telling you the truth. Sexy, attractive men, they don't lie to women, man, because they haven't lied to themselves, man. Accept yourself in totality, and everything in your space will be exact representation of fulfillment because you gave everything the opportunity to choose you. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And if you want me to make a custom video, you know the drill. You all are still hitting me up in my comments telling me to talk on custom topics. Make a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. Leave your subject matter in the note feature on PayPal or Cash App. The note is you telling me what you want me to make a video on. Okay, you make a donation with your note, and then your video will be on my channel in 24 hours or less. If your topic that you want me to speak on is more nuanced than just leaving a note, then you make your donation of $50 or more to my PayPal or my Cash App, and then you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com and leave your full description of what you want me to speak on for your custom video, and your video will be on my page in 24 hours or less. Streamlined, simple. If my message has been of value to you in this particular video, you know that your thought process have been elevated as a result of encountering my message tonight, make sure you leave something in my donation information, my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. You donate in accordance with how you've been impacted by my message. That's all I ask. And if you're in need of coaching, I'm your man. If you have issues in the dating space that you've been looking to overcome, but you've been unsuccessful, and my voice resonates with you, reach out to me at matt@matthewchorne.com for coaching. Leave your name, your phone number, whatever issue that you're facing in the dating space. I'll do the assessment, get right back to you quickly, and then I will present the terms of the coaching, and the coaching will begin immediately with the date and time that we set. Everything's streamlined, everything's easy over here. And my new community, my dating coaching community, I'm encouraging everyone under the sound of my voice, sign up. The link to sign up to my dating coaching community is going to be in this video description, and I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat as well. In my community, you will receive 2 exclusive custom videos just for the community. If you love this content, it's more personalized, it's more elevated in my community. In addition to the 2 custom elevated videos you'll get every week, we have a weekly Zoom call. I'll present a topic, I'll do a monologue, short, and then you all can respond in the Zoom call, an hour-long Zoom call. You all can respond to that, and you can ask me any questions you want to ask me, present any issues that you're having. You have direct access to me for an hour every week. This is something very exclusive. Breakthroughs are happening. Magical things are happening in this school community. So the link to sign up for the school community is going to be in my video description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat, man. Join join. It's some amazing things happening there. And we're going to keep growing. I want to keep offering more. It's an amazing space, man. I can't tell you enough. And lastly, there have been some people who have been getting coaching from me, and they want something with a more prolonged type of experience with me. They want coaching over the duration of a year, so that's what I'm offering. I'm looking for 5 individuals. I still have some slots available. If you would like custom coaching from me in mentorship, this is the mentorship program. If you want year-long mentorship from me, then email me at matt@matthewchorne.com and just leave mentorship in the subject matter. Leave your name, your phone number, and then let me know that you're there for mentorship, and I'll reach out to you. What you'll get with this mentorship is around the clock, unlimited coaching calls. We'll have as many coaching calls as we need per week to get you to your goals. I'll do the assessment of where you are and where you want to go, and then I will customly create a program for you that we will implement on a weekly and monthly basis over the duration of a year. I'll take you exactly where you want to go. You give me a year of your life and you're going to experience a breakthrough, and it won't take the whole year. There's going to be some life coaching involved, and we'll meet up in person too. I don't care where you are. We'll make that happen. We'll go out in the field. We'll talk to women together, and then you have 24-hour access to me as well. You get yourself in a situation with a woman or you have a question, you can reach out to me 24 hours. Really that simple. This is the most exclusive access that you can have to me. It's signing up as one of the 5 people for my year-long mentorship program. Your life is going to change. You'll never be the same. Email me once again, matt@matthewchorne.com, and just leave mentorship in the subject matter and your name and your phone number, and I'll get back to you, and we'll have the discussion to see if we're a right fit to work with one another. But that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you for spending some time with me. Understand that sexually attractive men do not lie to women because they have not lied to themselves. When you accept yourself in totality, every experience that comes back to you will be fulfilling. And if you refuse to accept yourself and you lie to yourself, you're going to lie to women. You're going to lie to the world. And that's only going to come with frustration, because what you really want is never going to go away and it's never going to change. Think on that. And I'll see you all very soon.